Welcome back to the show. Today we're talking about animals on the loose in British Columbia. We're going to do an animal-themed giveaway, but first, a story. In fact, one of my favorite stories of all time. Did you know that 23 camels were once brought to BC from the Gobi Desert to serve as pack animals, and that many of them were eventually just let go to live their lives roaming in the Cariboo region? It's true. In 1862, they were purchased for $300 each. They've come to be known as the Cariboo Camels, and up until the time that they arrived, the conventional wisdom was that mules were the best pack animals to use here. But someone suggested that the terrain these camels came from would make them better suited for the job. They made the trip from Lillooet to the goldfields and back many times, loaded up with twice the amount of gear that mules could carry, making them twice as efficient. But it didn't take long for people using them to find out how nasty they were. These are not nice animals. They spit on people, they scared the horses, they ate the gold miners' tents and their pants that were hung up to dry, and any other supplies they could get their stinky, scary mouths on. The worst thing is that they were dangerous, and not just these ones. Camels in general, because they have earned the nickname of skull crushers, because given the chance, they've been known to literally bite on the top of people's heads and crush them like a grape. When the road came in, instead of mules or camels, they were able to start using horses and carriages, which are obviously a much more efficient packing method than mules or awful camels. And to prove that the camels were equipped for the BC terrain, Richard Wright went so far as to conduct a modern-day experiment where he bought camels of his own and walked them from Lillooet to the goldfields and back a number of times on the original route. This is present day. I have met this man. This is not way back in the history of BC. He had hoped to make it a business venture where people like you and me could go on a trip with these nasty camels. And unfortunately for him, it didn't work out. And where did all the camels go when they stopped using them? Not Richard's camels, I mean. He kept those on his farm. I mean the original 23 camels that were brought here in the 1800s. Some of them were given away to ranches and to people who kept them as pets and as work animals on their land. The rest were just released into the wilderness. And there were unconfirmed wild camel sightings for decades after they did this. One of them was actually shot in the woods by a dude who said he mistook it for a bear. He wound up earning the nickname Grizzly, and the meat from that camel was served up at a local hotel. The menu said it was Grizzly's bear. I wonder what it tasted like. But there is a very small chance that there might still be wild camels roaming around the Cariboo. Who knows if these things bred or not? And maybe they're out there and they just want to be left alone.